Hey Trojans, my name is Jillian Russell and I am a junior journalism major and screenwriting minor at USC. Today I'm coming to you live from my kitchen in Orange County, California, and I'm going to be showing you how to make Disneyland Mickey Mouse beignets. Using the Disney Parks blog recipe, so this is not a family recipe necessarily, but it is a recipe that is near and dear to my family's heart. Because growing up in Orange County, we went to Disneyland a ton. We had annual passes and we take yearly trips there now, even though we don't have our annual pass anymore. And it's just a very special place where my family has a lot of magical experiences. So this year during the pandemic, where we couldn't go to Disneyland, it was a very weird time, and when Disney Parks released their recipes for tons of different foods, including the Mickey Mouse beignets, we were like, we need a bit of that New Orleans Disney magic. All in all, these beignets are absolutely delicious and everyone in your family can enjoy them, and they're super inexpensive to make, super quick, and super tasty. So without further ado, let's get started and let's bring this magic to you. But I think we might be missing something right now, actually. What could it be? Ah, yes! Ah, much better. Now we have our Ghost Host apron from the Haunted Mansion inspired collection at Disney. This is actually my mom's. I'm borrowing it for today. And I thought, what a better way to start making beignets than wearing this, because the Haunted Mansion ride, if you've never been to Disneyland or it's been a while, is in the middle of New Orleans Square in the park. And I just thought it was the perfect way to make some beignets for you. So without further ado, let's get into making this magical dish.
You're going to want to start off by sprinkling half a teaspoon of dry yeast over 1/4 cup of warm water into a small bowl. Make sure to stir it in until it all dissolves and then set it aside and let it stand for 5 minutes. Next, you're going to want to take a large mixing bowl and start combining your other ingredients. This includes 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of vegetable shortening. My video cut out a little bit here, but you'll add a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a cup of heavy cream, 1 egg, 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and 1/2 cup of boiling water. But last but not least, you want to finish off your dough by stirring in your yeast mixture that you started with at the beginning of this tutorial. And now the dough is all ready to be mixed. So next you're going to want to take your dough hook attachment of an electric mixer and put it on medium speed so the dough can mix until combined and smooth. You might also want to scrape the bottom of the bowl and the sides because the sugar tends to sink to the bottom, and you want to make sure that you smooth out everything.
So we just got done mixing the dough and kind of smoothing it out a little bit better. And now we're going to lay it down to rest, and we also covered it with a towel. So we'll see you in 30 minutes as the dough takes its nap. Hey everybody, we are back and it's time to wake up our dough and roll it out so that we can get our Mickey beignets all started. So before you go ahead and roll out your dough with your rolling pin to get those Mickey shaped beignets started, you're gonna wanna take and add some flour to your cutting board or whatever table or countertop you're using to roll out your dough. So you're gonna wanna put a little bit on your rolling pin as well as on your dough, just to make sure we have a successful rolling out experience and that doesn't stick to the rolling pin. This is a lot of dough and we're only gonna make a few tonight, but you can always freeze it for later if you don't wanna eat all your dough in one sitting. So I'm gonna take half of my dough just for right now, and then I'll refrigerate this other half for later because I know that there will be later. I love my Mickey Mouse beignets. You're gonna go ahead and start to roll those out.
Once it's time to roll out your dough, you're going to roll it out to be about 1/4 to 1 inch in thickness, and then cut individual beignets with a Mickey Mouse shaped cookie cutter. But don't worry if you don't have one of those. My family actually made our own little Mickey Mouse heads by hand, and we also did this trick with a little shot glass, so you can really get creative with how you make the Mickey head if you want to make Mickey shaped beignets. You can cut 2.5 to 3 inch squares to create the more traditional beignet, and you can also do tons of different sizes. My family does different sizes just to make some little pocket-sized ones and larger beignets as well.
And then after you're all done, this is a regular beignet, so like the classic traditional style. And then over here we have our Mickey Mouse beignet that we engineered ourselves. And now that you've done that, we're going to cover these up, and I'll cover these other ones separately on a different plate. And you're going to let that sit for another hour to an hour and a half. Hello everybody, we're back and we're ready to fry our beignets. So you're going to go ahead and pop that on the stove, and then you're going to fill it with about 3 inches of your vegetable oil. Now it is time to go ahead and turn on the stove and get frying with your beignets. When you're frying your beignets, you want to make sure that your pot of oil is heated to 350 degrees. A way that you can test that out if you don't have a thermometer at home is you can take a chopstick and stick it in the bottom of the pot, and if it's touching the pot and it starts to bubble around it, that usually lets you know that it's time to pop those puppies in. Look how beautiful the beignet dough turned out after it took its resting period. We have some really cute little Mickey Mouses, or Mickey Mice. And we also have some really cute traditional beignets that we're about to stick into our beignet pot, and let's get cooking.
Now you are going to fry your beignets until golden brown for about 2 to 3 minutes, turning as soon as they brown on one side and flipping it over. After you're done with your beignets in the pot, you're going to remove them with tongs and place on a paper towel to drain. Our Mickey Mouse beignets turned out so cute, and they were absolutely delicious, and it makes me feel like I'm back at Disneyland and just puts a smile on my face when I see them.
So we just got finished making our beignets on the stove, and we just have to add one final touch, your powdered sugar. These look so good. And also you can add chocolate drizzle sauce of your choice, or you can put some fruit puree, add anything to make it your own, but they look absolutely delicious. Time to go eat. Bye. Hope you enjoy this recipe just as much as my family does, and that you have a little bit of extra magic in your day because of these delicious beignets. I forgot the most important part of this video. Fight on!